please like and subscribe.
Welcome back to Crypto Bros,
And a Holly Girl.
episode 88. The fabulous episode 88.
The
Yes,
fabulous.
I just wanted to say fabulous. I was thinking it earlier. I had to throw it out there.
Yeah. I've just,
Fabulous.
in my mind the whole time you were getting ready to do that, I just kept thinking that he's going to screw this up, and he didn't do it. So kudos, Greg.
One take, Greg.
Kudos.
I believe in miracles.
One take, Greg. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was everybody's week? Let's start there.
Comic-Con, greatness.
Yeah, thanks for those pictures, by the way. We all greatly appreciated them.
You're welcome.
I told you not to share that one of me, but you did, so
Oh, that was a great one.
it is what it is.
He was so happy to pose, too.
Oh, yeah, I could tell. He was all about posing.
Yeah, he was.
Anybody else do anything exciting besides Greg and his fantasy world? We have a listener out there that wanted to go to Comic-Con. I tagged you in his post. I don't know if he ever reached out to you or not. His name's Brandon. He's from KC.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, he used to be a wrestler, as a matter of fact.
Ooh.
So he was probably there, but
yeah.
Were you Green Arrow, Greg?
No, not this time. That gets hot.
I'll bet.
That's a hot outfit.
Did you dress up?
No, not this year. I
what,
try to do it every other year.
what a pathetic loser.
Right?
Man.
Right? Well, and then when you dress up, everybody wants to take your picture the whole time, so you don't really get to browse.
Did you buy anything, Greg?
Yes, I spent about $500
On what?
on
Show and tell.
Oh, here.
No.
I spent half of that 500 on a lightsaber. This was $250.
What does it do, Greg?
It lights up and I mean it's indestructible.
Beat people with
It's
it.
got a lifetime
wait,
warranty.
so if somebody else had it, you can actually sword fight and make noise. And
Yes. It's
Colorful.
a legit one. Yes. As legit as it gets without being real.
I was going to say, it's not legit. You can't cut cars in half with it.
Yeah.
I would buy one of those in a heartbeat if you could cut cars in half with it. So let's talk about some crypto then, if nobody else has any exciting news. By the way, the ETA of me moving is about 35 days away. So
Are you so excited?
I am excited. I'm tired of living out of boxes with my plain walls and all that stuff. So should be good to go. We should have been able to move in before that, but unfortunately we found out there was some issues with water leaks and some electrical stuff that we're trying to fix. And so we figured, why rush it? We got a bunch of stuff coming up here locally. And then I was like, let's just do it. And my wife's going to take the week off afterwards. So we should be able to do it at an easier pace. So I think it'll be good. I'll be excited for it. And we'll have to all get together there sometime. And got a spare bedroom, Holly, so you don't even have to rent a hotel. Finally, because I turned my spare bedroom in my other house into an office, so it didn't really help. So let's talk about crypto, because I don't know about you guys. Due to circumstances out of our control, we were not able to talk last week and have a podcast. But it was pretty good times the last 2 weeks. This week, not so much, but I'm considering it a win because it's kind of traded steady. Whereas the week before that, things exploded.
It's money.
Yeah, SHIB more than doubled.
Yep.
Doge did double, and there was a lot of money being made in some of the blue chips out there. Because I mean, even things like cake were at prices they haven't been at in a long time, and things like Floki and things like Bitcoin. And I don't mean to put Bitcoin and Floki in the same category, but you guys understand what I'm saying. Things that have been around a while actually really started going. I mean, Holly, you and I ended up talking on the phone for almost 2 hours a week ago yesterday, or tomorrow, I guess. So about, hey, we're going to have to start thinking about some hard things like, when are we going to sell? What is our limit? What's our plan? Because neither one of us like to trade emotionally. So we want to make sure that we have a good game plan. And
Yes.
I will tell you, I was reading some things actually just this morning that was putting it in from some pretty, well, I don't know, I gotta say their names, but some guys that I respect out there that have a lot of knowledge, been in this game a long time. Some of those guys are actually predicting that they think Doge will hit $1 by mid-April. And they have the charts and the facts and the different things to support it. I wasn't expecting it to go that high. Holly, as a matter of fact, you and I were talking about, if it gets to that 50 to 60 to 70 cent mark, that's right in where we were going to sell. But maybe if it's going to do that, there's going to be some really high days in there if it's going to shoot up to $1 by mid-April. So maybe those targets that we talked about will blow right by them, and we'll be able to sell a little bit higher than we thought. So Greg shakes his head because
I can't sell it. I don't care. It might be $100. I ain't selling it.
What? You're like a diehard?
I want to use it. I'll use it. I'll sell a little bit at a time, but I'll never sell it all.
See, it
No
hits
way.
my price point of like 85 cents and it's gone. I'm selling it all. And I'll hang on to SHIB till it hits a half a penny. And then I've got other things that coming up with some new projects that I'll hold, and Mafia I'm going to hold, and Nobility and things like that. But when it comes to blue chips, when they hit a certain mark, I'm selling it. I'm not worrying. I'm not looking back. Now, part of that is, Greg, how old are you? Not on those.
7.
You don't know how old you are?
About to
Sure
turn
about
38. No, I lose track.
So here's the deal on the strategy. I don't fault you for where you're at because I am turning 50 this year. So my whole goal would to be make my money out of 90% of my projects within the next 5 years. And if this bull run gets SHIB and Doge to the point where I know it gets me to the bag size that I want, I'm going to be done. Just with those, we've preached for going on almost 2 years now about being diversified, and being diversified means I will still have crypto. But when I made the buys of like Doge and SHIB and some of those other blue chips, then well, I don't know if you'd actually classify those as blue chips, but you guys understand what I mean. They have huge market caps that at some point where I'm at in life, it's a sell and then root for everybody else. So that's just kind of where I am. What do you guys think?
You have to have a plan. Yeah, you have to have a plan. And I feel like there's a certain point where, I could live comfortably, my daughter could live comfortably, and that's really what I'm aiming for. Is, maybe I can retire a lot sooner than if I worked my 9 to 5 till I was 65 years old. And so I just, there's just things that I've considered for myself and, for my daughter that's all I need. That's really, of course I would, help family, but they're also positioned in like the same realm. So I don't know. I just feel like, why do you need a gajillion million trillion dollars? You know what I mean? You just don't need it. As long as you're comfortable, to live your life and help with people. But I don't need that much. Shit. I just honestly, I want a lot of land with a tiny home. I don't want no humongous home that I have to take care of, some elaborate thing.
No.
I want to take care of my family and my animals. That is my ultimate goal in life. So it's not going to cost a ridiculous amount. So I'm half a penny. She will make sure that I'm set there.
Yeah, you and me both. That's my long-term goal. I would be awesome if that happened in the next 6 months. I don't know that it will, but when it gets to half a cent, that's what I'm going to unload that bag. Speaking of that, though, too, we talk about everybody being in different places. Age is just one factor, right? It could be, is your house paid for? Is it not? How much money how much fiat do you have in the bank? Is that invested? Are you getting anything out of that? So without going into huge details, we all sit in a little bit of a different spot. And so everybody's goal, even in this screen here, may be different. But I do think it's going to be super important through this bull run to have a plan and to stick to it. Greg was, I'm going to share a little bit of what Greg was talking about off camera, where he said he was actually trading kind of the ups and downs with Doge over the last week, and had some issues with some trading, and it froze, and then he thought, oh, I'm going to get stuck again, and lose money there. So, I mean, you can trade those ups and downs if you want. It's just that where I am at in life right now, it's not worth the gamble. I don't really need to make the gamble, if that makes sense. So I'm rooting for everyone.
Yeah. Do you guys want to hear a funny story that happened to me?
Yep.
Yeah.
So she, when she was kind of taking off, I wanted to try to sell a little bit and see what happened when it dropped and buy back so I could better my position. And it never went under what I sold it at. So I actually did a bad trade because I
Yeah,
didn't. I mean,
it
I
happened.
didn't lose an astronomical amount of my bag, but it was enough that it was like, well, damn, that sucks. But I
Yeah.
was happy it was going up at the same time. But I was like,
Mhm.
kind of mad that I took profit. Like it was not the best, but whatever.
Well, and I did the same thing too,
Yeah.
Holly. I did that with Doge when it hit 12 cents. I cashed out a little bit of the Doge to kind of dollar cost average things. And like I was telling you, but then it went to like 20 cents within 2 or 3 days, but it hadn't hit 12 in forever. So
Yeah.
I was just trying to be smart with, hey, if this thing does dip, maybe I'll buy back. But if it's not, I'll take that money, just throw it into rounding off another bag or put it into my bank account or whatever that looks like. And I still don't regret it, even though it would have been worth a few more $1,000s than what I ended up cashing out. But,
Right.
Right.
Well, like those profits, I actually, I kept them in there in my wallet just
Me
hanging
too.
out for, I just do that. It's kind of funny. But when Doge went down to 15, I bought again and I upped my position in Doge. I couldn't do it in She, but I could do it in Doge. So I was
Yeah.
happy.
If she would go down into the 402 range, I'm probably going to make that bag even bigger because
Yeah,
I do
same.
think it may be a little bit longer hold to get to where I want to cash out, but it
Yeah.
would not quite double, but it would be close. And so I'm with you. That would be more not generational type money, but enough that's going to be enough that my kids are not going to be hurting and my wife and I won't
Well,
have to work anymore.
Well, and then on top of that, it actually reduces the amount it needs to get to your price point,
Right.
right? You up your bag, the sooner you get to your price point as well. Like that's just kind of how the name of the game is. So
Yeah, and
Mhm.
that's one that we've all talked about, one that we've always kind of had our eyes on, and one that we've thought that, hey, this is one that could probably get there, with the burn mechanism that it has, and the trading fees being pretty cheap and all that sort of stuff. And I'm sure there's others out there that we could have dipped into that we didn't, or other people have been making money, but it's been a good time for people to make money. Which
Yeah.
brings me
Yes.
to my next point of during that exact
Don't
same,
smoke. Oh, I'm sorry.
just say no.
Don't smoke crack.
Yeah, don't smoke crack. Crack is whack.
Yeah.
No,
practice.
but and we don't have to touch on this very long. It's just I wanted to touch base on it just a little bit though, because during the same time, Bundy was out there, and people were buying it early, and people were selling it and making money. I know, Holly, you got in on it,
I did.
and you don't have to share bag sizes or anything like that by any means unless you just want to. But you were able to make money on that project.
I sure did.
Okay.
I sure did.
But then we got a lot of people that are trying to sway other people into buying other tokens or not buy that token and all this different stuff. And I finally just responded just in general, and I don't even know what the analytics on the tweet was, so I don't know how many people even saw it, but I just said, guys, we're arguing over pennies when there are several dollars to be made here. Like, I was making a lot of money that week, and people were complaining to each other over something that, it wasn't comparing apples to apples anymore. We were comparing apples to oranges, and it just wasn't very smart. And I feel like there are some people that may have got left behind because they weren't focused on the right thing at the right time. And people funding other projects, people showing up trying to be everybody's savior. I don't understand that. We're all adults here. I don't get that mentality. Like, listen, here's our thoughts on what's going on, but you do you. Like, if you want to go buy some coin that 18 people have told me is not going to do anything and it's going to rug pull, that's okay. I hope it doesn't. But the language that was out there and all that sort of stuff about just trying to like keep everybody safe, it's just weird to me. It took a weird vibe.
It's so very, very odd to me too. And I mean, I will be the first one to say it. There was a point where, I was involved in all that, like in the back and forth, but I really like, at least within the last week, I've taken a step back and just have laughed at it. And just, it's so comical to me because there's so much hypocrisy. It's unbelievable. And it comes from every single person, to be honest with you. You get mad over one project, but yet you're holding another project that literally is doing the same exact thing as this project over here. And it is just mind blowing. You guys want to get mad, over Bundy or over anything else, but you have a coin like Pepe that hit a $4 billion market cap, and there's nothing backing that. So how about you talk about these bigger ones instead of these people who are just trying? They're trying. Yeah. Why not? What happens if frickin' Bundy, of all things, skyrockets like Pepe, for goodness sake? Like a frog. It's a frog meme.
You're just bitter because it's a frog.
Yeah.
Frog.
No, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I got into Pepe a while ago when it was like on the downtrend. I got into it thinking it was going to do something. It stayed stagnant, like nothing was happening for the longest time. And then bam, my bag, like I had a couple $1,000s in my bag from holding Pepe all that time. I thought it was dead. Yeah. But I had bought it because of all the hype and stuff. Remember when SafeMoon put it on their wallet? And
we did a show on it.
Okay, but there's nothing backing it. But you want to trash talk another token called Bundy because you don't like the people. But I mean, it goes for the other side who started Bundy. You don't like the SafeMoon people. And so it's just everything's so hypocritical about it. And I'm back here making money. That is the way I'm looking at it. No emotions involved anymore. I can't do it. It didn't work. I lost more money when my emotions were involved. So I'm going to stay clear of that. Sorry, guys. Community is, I like the people I've met, but I will no longer be part of anything.
Amen. Can we give financial advice on this? Because I've got some.
You can.
Right.
All right, sweet. I've got some.
This is Greg's opinion and Greg's opinion only.
Get the info. Get the info and think for your freaking self.
That's not financial advice. That's common sense.
That's some people need that financial advice.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
holy
if you're
shit.
going into these, different meme coins and stuff and throwing thousands of dollars in there, you're out of your mind. Like, you never know what could happen with it. But I'm looking at, like, Pepe, you guys, and I'm watching that chart and seeing people, throwing $20,000 in there and just, 20 ETH at a time. It's just insanity. And people are going to do it whether you approve or not, so you might as well make money doing it. That's the way I look at it. It's going to happen whether or not I'm fighting against it, whatever. Like,
right.
Well,
that's what it is.
And I'll listen to people's opinions, but I'll be honest with you, there's only so many people's opinions I actually value, right? Like, I'll listen to what you have to say, but there's only a handful of people that will actually sway whether or not I click the buy button or not, And you're not wrong. So many of these are, I don't want to call them copycats, but they're the same thing. And so, I mean, I had a guy come up to me.
Same boat, reinventing the boat. What was it, Greg?
Reinventing the wheel. Same book, different cover.
Yeah.
Same book, different cover. That's exactly.
Same structure.
All of them.
Yeah.
I had a guy come up to me that I really respect in real life, like one of my friends, and he told me about this coin called Squid Grow. And I looked into it, and I thought, okay. And his guys are telling him they think it's got 100x, and I just decided I'm not going to buy it. He's not mad at me. We're still friends. And I straight up told him I decided not to buy it. And he goes, okay, that's fine. But I just want to let you know because I didn't want to 1,000x itself, and then I never told you. And I was like, I get it. but we're still friends and we're not bashing each other, and we're able
Right.
to
Yeah.
talk about other cryptos. And we've, especially like Doge, we've been talking a lot about it because he's making some moves. And I think at
There's a
some
bunch
level,
of them.
yeah, there's a ton.
There's a
There's
bunch of other
thousands
ones.
and thousands. And so instead of getting upset at the people making it, I'm just, I hope the best for you. Let's see if you can do it.
Yeah.
Because, especially in BSC, none of these have really caught on other than really Safe Moon and Evergrow. But you know what I mean? Those are like the ones that were up there. But all these other ones that started after the fact haven't really caught on.
No.
Haven't you look at them? They have no volume. They have the same wallets are buying over and over, and that goes for all of the projects, you guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and when you launch a project, it's all about hype. That's what makes it
It's
fun.
hype.
To me, that's what makes the gamble of it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Hey, don't sleep on our friends over at Nobility, though. I
No.
feel like there's something going to happen there, and their streaming service is up, and I've been seeing a lot of good reviews on it. So, but I'm with you, Ollie. A lot of things on the BSC chain have just not materialized into what people thought it was going to. Take SafeMoon out of that conversation. It just hasn't. I think part of it was ideas were great, but no way to turn them into reality. I think part of it was we had CEOs and people leading projects that didn't really care about community. They just were looking at the dollar. I think part of it is it's pretty easy to get a contract on BSC chain, and so people were just writing whatever, and then there'd be an exploit, and they're like, and they couldn't recover, shut it down, And it was. We've talked about how we've learned over the last couple of years. I mean, I think developers were learning also. But they can't talk like that. They have to be confident in what they're saying, So it's just a weird dynamic, and I just can't wait. And I hope that maybe this bull market will turn it around, because I can remember when everybody was rooting for each other. Like, it seemed like, at least anyways, they were legit rooting for each other. Whereas now it's like, if I'm not going to succeed, then you're not going to succeed. And I hate that attitude.
Yeah.
I will
forget
much
that.
rather the three of you guys be millionaires and I lose 20 grand than I make it and you don't, and I go, haha, in your face, you should have done exactly what I did. And I mean, I don't get that mentality.
Well, the weirdest
Right.
part to me is some of these people are like literally comparing apples to oranges. They're not even apples to apples. And it's
No.
like, how is that even fair? Why are you like, you're doing a disservice to your project that you're supporting so much by clumping it into a literal like community meme coin? Like, and it's very apparent. They've said it a million times for Bundy that's what it is. It's ran by the community. That's all it is. But you're comparing it to these companies that have been out for, 2 years that
Yeah.
are supposedly tech companies. And you know what I mean? And it's
Makes
just like,
zero
that's not
sense.
even a valid complaint. So it just, I don't know. There's a certain, aspect I'm trying to get away from. Just, at this point, leave me alone and I'll do the same.
Well, a lot of these people that are pimping those companies out there, shilling those companies, they're making those companies look bad, because they are
Really
on
bad.
the attack for how people are spending their money. And I don't really have a dog in either one of those fights, but some of these people that are trying to have the savior mentality make me not want to support the token that they're all about, and I'm just like, okay, good luck with your project, but I don't really want to hear you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I really think that, a lot of people just don't like see each other as just trying to help. You just want to make it better for that project. Hold on. Can you guys hear my dog?
I
he
do.
wants to be on the podcast.
Oh,
No. Yeah, she is mad. She's just watching the neighbors outside through the door and just upset.
Oh, I thought you wanted to play with Caleb.
oh.
When people criticize instead of taking it to heart, I don't know. You guys, you know what I'm saying? That's
Yes.
all. Just be
Yeah.
kind. Just leave
Be
each other
kind.
alone and focus on your own crap.
It's not
Like
going to
that-
happen, though.
Get out of crypto for a little bit. Holy
Well,
crap.
Put the phone down. Put the
Right.
app away for a minute. Take a little breath.
Yeah,
And
go barefoot. Go
on your
barefoot on
way
the
out of
grass.
But
Yeah.
also, just and I think this is a trap that a lot of traders get into sometimes, is that they will put some money into something and then they expect it to 100x within a week, and they check it every 5 seconds. And when it moves, I don't know, one slash to the wrong direction, then they go nuts. And I
Lose their
don't,
mind.
yeah, and it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I would much rather be the guy that set my phone down and all my apps down and then looked it up in like 2 years and went, oh, wow. And all those ups and downs in those 2 years didn't even matter anymore, right? Like, because like, here's where we're at.
Right.
And now I didn't even have to take that crazy emotional ride. So I don't
Hey,
know. I'm with Holly. Be
you know,
kind.
hey, I lost
Even
$8,000 on Axie Infinity. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
I put 10 grand in it, and I bought it at $106, and it fell all the way down to like $5.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've been staking it for 2 years, and I have tripled the amount of units I have, and it's starting to go right back up.
Yep.
But I did sell
I
it.
mean,
I mean, my
there's
butthole
nothing
puckered for a
wrong
minute,
with
but
Yeah, I bet.
like, I'm not saying, that we shouldn't hold these, but maybe not hold them to the moon. You know what I mean? Like, make smart decisions on some of these.
Yep.
Because, well, I mean, I keep, because I was so heavily involved, I keep going back to Safe Moon. You never know on some of these projects. And you guys, some people were showing hundreds and thousands of dollars in their wallet at one point in time and just sat there and held
All the
all the
way to
way to
zero.
that. And that is, to me, that's sad. If you can't
Yeah.
see something in anything, just think about the people who got really, really hurt in it.
Mhm.
And, I know you guys don't really watch Safely to the Moon, but yesterday they released an episode that actually made me more sad and just kind of angry and eye-opening. It was, they did say there were products done, but they couldn't release them because legal came in and said we can't do this. And wouldn't that be a discussion first? Like, okay, this is what we want to do, and
Yeah.
so and pass it by legal before actually, allocating $13 million to something that never came out. Like, what?
Yeah. I don't know much
Right.
about
That's a
Safe
no-brainer.
Moon's legal department, but either they weren't well led or they weren't very good, because, I mean, how hard was it for us to even, like, when we had different guests from Safe Moon on, that they had to like watch the podcast first, and then they would make us change like 5 seconds of something that was so stupid that,
But
you know,
yeah, go ahead. No,
Theatrics.
that's what I was just gonna say. I'm actually at this point, I'm really questioning how real this legal was, or how much of that saying, well, legal doesn't let us, was just an excuse to get out of things.
Bingo.
Let's just be really honest. Like,
bingo.
just hearing, some of the stories, because they did tell, a lot of stories from people who were working up until it all ended with Safe Moon. But those people refuse to like come out and say who they are because of the bullying and the harassment they'll get. And I know they will. I know, where I'm not even an employee and I get harassed. So, can you imagine an employee trying to say something, or, all the employees who have left in the past that got harassed when they tried to say something was
Yeah.
wrong? I mean, I was one of them that didn't believe it. Like, I didn't want to believe that, what they were saying was true. That didn't fit, my little narrative that I was hoping and holding on to. But they told stories from these employees, and I know some of them because I've heard the same thing, and it's just so very, like, disgusting. It's disgusting. I think that John wanted to play the role of CEO, but didn't actually want to be CEO. And just, you saw the immaturity of things that he did, like hearing the stories, and it's just,
Yeah, I'm not sure he knew how to be CEO either.
no, I mean, do you blame him? He's 25 years old. Not everybody knows how to be a CEO at 25. But that's the role you decided to take and assign yourself to. So now comes all the responsibility along with it. And I think that, I just, they're talking about like what moderators were getting paid. Some people were getting paid to literally do nothing, but they didn't even know they were getting paychecks, or like they didn't know they were still giving out paychecks to these people. And it's just like, gosh, John, I really hope, like, or Safe Moon, I really hope you guys have it all documented. I really hope it's all documented.
I bet it's not.
No. And, there was somebody making to run Twitter $150,000 a month. $150,000 a month to run Twitter.
Oh,
And where did that money come from?
wow.
So if you can't be upset about like anything else, be upset that you're paying these people a whole lot of money to do a whole lot of nothing. Like, it's unbelievably mind-blowing. I just, and it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing.
I just think of Juju's video. That's all I can think of.
Where's John?
Where's John?
There's John.
Yeah, and not just the people that were paid, but the people that weren't paid that just gave so much of their time and energy. I feel bad for those people too. So,
Well,
yeah.
and a lot of the people, well, I'm not going to say like everybody, because there's still people still trying to like push that they did no wrong, that
Yeah.
John is innocent, and
Well,
all
there's
this.
still
Like,
people shilling the project. Yeah.
Please explain to me why anybody needs to make $150,000 a month to run Twitter. Like that, you can be innocent, but that's never going to be like suffice as a right amount. Like, you did us wrong.
I wouldn't pay
Period.
Greg $150,000 to run Twitter for us.
Gosh, I wouldn't pay myself. No.
Like,
You
it's
can't
just
make
like,
it make sense.
No.
No, you can't. I cannot figure
A
out
month.
how anybody
I mean, a
is
year.
not upset about this. You know what I mean? Like, where's the people upset? Why are you still acting like this is all okay? Because it's not.
Yeah. Well,
$150,000 a month. I mean, $150,000 a year is a lot. This is too much. But a month,
A month.
to me, screams scam.
yeah.
And,
Well,
I mean,
who are you paying
and
that
these
to? I'm going to
people-
guess a relative that is, or someone
Yeah.
that's siphoning it back to you. You're
Well,
getting
yeah.
some of that back.
the person's girlfriend that was the head of HR, she was making an astronomical amount as well. A month.
Jeez.
And supposedly all she did was schedule a reoccurring meeting every week.
Huh.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sign me up for that job.
Got to get it on the calendar.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
without.
So regardless, innocent or guilty, like, you're guilty of misusing funds because you misused them to pay people as well.
And that's where I land too, Holly. It's people are like, well, he's going to prove his innocence and this, that. Maybe to the legal side of things, but not to the common sense, everyday side of things. And,
No.
For anybody that held, I still hope that they get whole somehow, but it ain't going to be through that. And that's why I've been talking more and more. I never tell people exactly what to do, but there's money to be made in these blue chips out there, and people refuse to do it. And instead they're throwing it into some more and more of these BSC tokens that are copycats of other things. And I mean, it's just, I wish them well. It doesn't make any sense to me. And so
I just think about, it's not even like throwing your new money in. Just think about the token, the projects that you are holding out long term while the bull run is happening, and there's nothing really benefiting you on this project. You're losing money by keeping your money there. Like,
yeah,
some people.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't, but to each their own. Like, hopefully you did your own research, and if something happens, I hate seeing people hurt and in shock. And I feel like now that Safe Moon happened, nothing should be a shock anymore.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so just know that your money may not be safe everywhere.
It
all.
shouldn't be as easy anymore as it was for SafeMoon. I'm not saying that it was easy, but the way that it happened and the cult following of it, it should never be that way for another token ever again. People should start asking the right questions. And until people start answering the right questions and quit talking in circles, there are a lot of projects I will not touch with a 10-foot pole. I just won't.
Or, no.
So, all right.
Okay. That, I mean,
Yeah.
wish them well, and hopefully
You don't have
you
to
get it.
tell me
Yeah.
I told you so down the road. If you do 100x that, I'm going to be happy for you. So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
you
That's
know,
how I feel.
I just
like,
choose
I don't,
not to invest in it.
Yeah, and I watch certain, certain projects, and I'm even now I'm like, okay, it's time to put my focus on something else because it just makes me angry, and so you just like have to remove yourself out of there because
Yeah.
you can get in deep, and it's not fun with these people. Like
Agreed.
the
Good to detach.
energy, I saw somebody comment, I think it was Mima, and she said the energy was really heavy. And when you get yourself out of it, you can actually, like, you feel lighter. And she's not kidding. Like, get away from that kind of energy because it's crazy.
Well, as many
It's
people
not
out there that flipped on other people and changed
Yeah.
their tone and became, I don't know, the negativity that they were saying that, that they were complaining about, there's still a lot of really good people out there. There really are some of them that have become really, really good friends, but I'm not going to be mad at you. I mean, if you want to lose 5,000 and something, that's on you. If that you turn that 5,000 into $80 million, like I said, you don't have to say I told you so. I'll be happy for you.
Yeah.
But there's certain projects that I'm not investing in. I'm just not. And I've heard enough people. We've had enough people on this program. I've heard enough people in spaces. And when I say people, I mean like CEOs. And not all of them, but there is a vast majority of them that say basically the exact same thing. And I'm just tired of the rhetoric and tired of talking in circles. And luckily, I'm blessed enough to be in a position where I have been semi-successful with cryptos and then, outside of the crypto world to where I can maybe play the game a little bit more different than other people can. I don't know, everybody's financial aspects, but good luck to everybody. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping by next week we're talking about, some of these coins, Bitcoin hitting another all-time high, some of these other ones doubling their price. And we're talking about the excitement of and talking each other into staying on track for our plans and not selling too early and this and that. So there's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. I promise you there is. Bitcoin halving's coming up. I think the altcoins are going to run once that happens. And I think if they start running beforehand, I might have to change my goals a little bit, not based on greed, but based on stats that, hey, don't short sell yourself here and see what happens. So I think that's going to be kind of the conversation moving forward, I hope. And I think we're going to get back to where we were a couple years ago where every day is going to be an adventure because you don't know what's going to happen. Something may jump up 85%, and that would be
Caleb likes
awesome.
adventures.
Like adventures.
Caleb's all about
His
adventures. Well,
Every day.
speaking of Caleb's adventures, are you ready for Caleb's choice?
It's time for Caleb's choice.
His choice?
His rules.
All right. I've been listening to new podcasts over the last couple of weeks. I have some questions over Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
Ask you guys and see if you guys know anything. If you guys know these answers. Which Saturday Night Live cast member wrote Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Kiwis?
Pee-wee.
Pee-wee Herman,
Oh, Pee-wees.
1985.
Yes.
85. I was 2.
I was 0.
In 85 or 95?
85.
Oh, okay.
That's when the movie came out. I actually don't think he was a cast member at that time. I think he became a cast member later.
Was it Phil Hartman?
Yep. Job.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Give me a check mark, Greg. Give me a check mark up there.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Wasn't
These
he?
aren't fair.
Wasn't he
These are not
in
fair questions.
Pee-wee's Great
He
Adventure.
was in it too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Him and Paul were friends and acted in The Groundlings together.
Sorry, Josh.
Mm.
That's all I had.
I didn't realize Pee Wee died, but I guess he died last year.
Yeah.
I did hear that. That sucks.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I'm over here laughing at you, not at Pee Wee dying.
And
But
no,
yeah.
everyone is going to take that as you laughing at Pee Wee dying.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
You're
I
going to be a
know.
heartless individual
Oh
with
my
your U of A
God.
shirt on.
All right. Did you guys all watch Wayne's World?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my
The
gosh, it's
famous
been
car
forever.
scene where they're dancing to the music.
Yep.
Yeah.
What song? What was the original song they were going to use? Do you know?
Oh, original.
I don't know, but I know it was from Guns N' Roses.
Yep. Josh knows everything.
What song was
Welcome to
it?
the Jungle.
No.
Welcome to the Jungle. Yep. I knew it was a Guns N' Roses song, but he was going to quit the movie if they didn't let him do Bohemian Rhapsody, and so they finally gave in, and then that became one of the most iconic scenes of the entire movie.
Myers, I hear, is very stubborn on set.
Yeah. He had
I
to
hear he's
get
one of the
Freddie
most
Mercury's
Who?
permission.
Mike Myers,
Mike Myers.
I hear he's one of the most stubborn.
Wayne?
Like he wants his way.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He had to get Freddie Mercury's permission, and he was actually really sick, so he had to go to his house, and he was in his bed to get his permission to use that song.
Oh.
Wow. I did not
That's
know that.
Well, okay, here's my last Saturday Night Live question, and then I have one more question.
Okay.
What was the original name to Tommy Boy, the movie Tommy Boy?
God.
What
Me
did
and
I know
Holly,
this?
me and Holly are too young for you two.
Tommy Boy?
I have no
Tommy
idea.
Boy was
All these
94
questions. Oh, I guess that
or
was
5.
Yeah, but I was 9.
Sorry that you suck.
It was filmed the
I
same
know
year
this.
that one of your favorite movies was filmed. Gregory?
What movie?
Are you frozen, Greg?
He's faking it.
I think he's frozen.
He
I
might
think
be.
he's frozen.
He probably
Definitely.
tried to do bad things
He's
in my
Googling
picture.
it. The Tommy Boy's original name was Billy the Third,
Yeah.
and they changed it because they were filming Billy Madison at the same time.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. What's your last question?
And
Greg can
Last
just be
question.
frozen. He looks better like this than he does normally. So
who's
Aw.
gonna win between Tyson versus Jake
Oh,
Paul?
you stole my question.
he
Dang
stole it. Oh, now he's
Sorry.
back and he's not in his
Now he's
chair.
gone.
He's all angry.
Oh man.
Who you think's
You
gonna
read that
win,
whole
Holly?
list of my questions. I feel like Mike Tyson has to win.
I would agree.
I mean,
Yeah.
because he has like, his punch alone, and that's what everybody's like focusing on is one punch from Mike Tyson, he's going down. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would
But-
say if this thing lasts more than 3 rounds, though, that Jake Paul probably has the advantage.
Yeah, because he is faster and probably can, like, endurance-wise, can last longer. But I really think that one good punch from Tyson takes him down.
Yeah.
Or that's
He's a
what I'm
beast.
really hoping for.
I
That would
hope
be
it's
awesome.
like the very first punch, too, and like teeth
Yeah,
fly
that would
out so
be-
people know it's not fake.
Yeah, no, I feel like that would be amazing. But Crypto Empress, she actually posted like a meme or a GIF or whatever they're called. I don't even know what they're called anymore.
Yeah.
Of Mike Tyson like biting Luke Paul's ear. It was like pixelated. And I totally forgot that he did that to
Vander
Holyfield.
Holyfield, yep.
Yeah. Like I totally, because I had to look it up. It was like in 95 or 97. I'm like, I was so young, but that
Yeah.
happened. That actually freaking happened.
Yeah,
So
it did.
You're
that
not
was
that
crazy.
much younger than me, Holly.
Well, it feels like eternity ago.
Well, it
but
was.
I wasn't that
Oh,
old.
wow.
I mean, I was
Whoa.
15.
I was in college.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I was-
Oh.
See
Oh,
why our
the
crypto bag
oldie.
goals are a little bit different?
Bless her heart.
Right.
Because I only have so many more years left on this earth, and you guys are going to be partying it up.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Well, I
will.
was
You guys gonna
12,
watch
so.
the fight?
It's like, so that's,
Uh,
I guess, my question. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna, but isn't there a Netflix live subscription
There's like a
or no?
premium, yeah. There's a
oh,
stage.
So am I gonna have
well,
to upgrade my Netflix? Because yes, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I feel like
probably.
I think
we
I
have
don't
to
think there's
watch
a
it.
live TV though. It's just without ads,
Yeah,
right?
how's the weather over there in July? Because it's actually July 20th. It's on my niece's birthday. That's why I remember like
Oh, really?
when it is.
It's like 105 degrees with 87% humidity.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I'll probably I'll just melt.
You'll die.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, maybe we should figure out you guys coming to Arizona.
I have to do
Well,
that.
you'll melt here. Like it's just
No
120, guys.
humidity.
But
No
it's
big
dry.
deal.
It's dry heat.
I don't like that humidity. I hate it.
Yeah, I
Because
gotta
it
tell
was
you
know
like
what?
though, 120 is 120. I don't care how much humidity there is in the air. We just all hide
At
under
least you
a
can
rock.
breathe.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. I think
don't know.
that if I don't have this subscription that will let me watch it, I will probably buy it for the month of July, and then I will probably cancel Netflix for a while because I'm
go.
frugal, and then I will make that money up for not having Netflix, and then I feel like Netflix is not as good as it used to be, anyways. To be honest with you, most of the movies they have
I
on
don't
there, I do
know.
not care about.
No.
Same. And like
It's gone
I
downhill.
feel like I've ran out of good shows to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just feel like I've come to the peak of Netflix and I'm just bored.
Well, I
I
think
think
we may have
all
come
of
to the
them.
peak of television, to be honest with you, and
Yeah.
until they come out
Maybe.
with some more ideas. I'm not paying for 8 different streaming services. Just like with the NFL, if they
I
start
do.
getting it to where I have to have 4 different streaming services, I'm going to stop watching.
Hmm.
And I don't want to watch or stop watching because I enjoy the game of football, but I am not paying 4 different companies money to watch a game that for my entire life I watched for free. So there's
Yeah,
my
I
old
get
man rant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm one of the
Alright.
people who pay for all the streaming. Because I have different shows that I like that are on different
Yeah.
ones, and I don't miss them. Yeah,
What
I
I'm
cycle through them.
That's what I was going to
That's
say.
so
I'll cycle through them. I won't have 5 at the
Yeah.
same time, but I would have one maybe for a couple months, then get another one
Well-
and cancel this one and
well.
move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'll
I-
get it and cancel it immediately because they still give you the month.
True.
That way I don't
But
That's
I
true
don't
because
cancel
you've already paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, I guess because I had Dish Network, like that was my cable or whatever it's cable provider, and
Dish
so
Network. Wow.
and it was I paid a lot for it, and so I canceled that and got this different streaming devices and pay even less still than I was paying for Dish Network. So it's
Yeah.
like,
For
and
now.
I still get for
Touche.
now.
I think that's
That's
where they're
it.
going to get everybody suckered in,
I-
and then
I
they're
think
going to
so,
start
too.
raising the prices, and
It's-
then people are going to forget to cancel, and they're going to make
Yeah.
billions
That's-
of dollars. But
That's why I cancel immediately because I know I'll forget.
yeah, me too.
But
Yeah,
it
but
is
I
still cheaper than Dish Network and DirecTV for sure.
Yeah, and
Even
like
what I was
for now
paying
it is.
10 years ago.
Yeah. And so to me, it's like, okay, this is a better trade to get rid of it because on Dish Network, anyways, you don't watch all the millions of channels they give you. Like
No.
you
No.
watch a select few. So that's kind of where I was like looking at it. I did save money for now. But I mean, I'll just revisit it when the prices go up because they're going to. So
I still think that if some company would figure out how to do television a la carte, that I want this ESPN, I want this, I don't know,
yeah, that would be
CMT,
kinda
I want this, whatever, and I could just pick, even if I just wanted 3 channels, and you picked like $1.99 per month per channel, I think that service would be the one that would take off.
I think the closest thing to that is that Sling TV.
Yeah, but I'm not a
Yeah.
fan. I tried
I'm
it.
not either.
I don't
Did
know.
you?
Yeah,
I never
so
tried it.
far, streaming services that includes live TV that I like the most is Hulu, because there are a lot of
Yeah.
movies that you can watch on demand that are free. You do get quite, even for their basic package, you get your local channels and you get a pretty good chunk of other channels too. It's pretty high quality. I don't pay for the commercial free, but I've thought about it because I don't hate it. So when we move, we're actually going to get cable, like real cable. I want to try that for a while and see what that's like. And if
Old school.
Yeah, so if I don't like it, then I'll probably go back to Hulu.
I'm with you there. I have used Hulu TV, and it probably is the best one.
I think it is. I wish I would have tried it, but I will tell you, at least where I live, if you're not plugged in, hardwired to it, it buffers a lot through Wi-Fi. So I don't know. So Holly, do you not have a question for us since Caleb stole yours?
No, Caleb.
Sorry. Dang it.
I was like, in all
really
honesty, I was
sorry.
like, I should have known, because I was like, I wonder if we're going to be able to get through the podcast without mentioning that. And so we're like coming close. And then your last question, like, I was like, woohoo. You would think I would have a backup.
We made it. Then we didn't make it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, have a great week then. And God bless.
Be kind.
I'm Caleb. Please like and subscribe.